What if I told you the Cleveland Browns drafted not one, but two quarterbacks in the 2025 NFL Draft, and one of them is none other than Shedeur Sanders, the son of Hall of Famer Deion Sanders. Now imagine this. Shedeur wasn't even supposed to be on the board when Cleveland made their pick, and yet, here we are. Strap in, because we're diving into the inside story of how one unexpected draft twist may be shaping the future of the Browns' quarterback room, and why owner Jimmy Haslam wants you to know he didn't pull the trigger. If you're a fan of drama, potential QB controversy, and bold moves in the NFL, this one's for you. Before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the latest NFL breakdowns. Drop a comment below. Was picking Shedeur Sanders a genius move or a gamble? Let's rewind to late April 2025. The NFL Draft was full of surprises, but few storylines were more jaw-dropping than Shedeur Sanders' unexpected slide down the board. Once considered a top 10 lock, Sanders watched as team after team passed on him. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Browns were already deep into their draft strategy, and they had just selected Dillon Gabriel, another intriguing quarterback prospect. By all accounts, the Browns were done drafting quarterbacks. Done. Finished. But then, something changed. Fast forward to Browns training camp, and owner Jimmy Haslam has finally shed light on how things really unfolded inside Cleveland's war room. Haslam didn't mince words. If you had told me Friday night, driving home, that we were going to pick Shedeur, I would have said that's not happening, he told reporters. That's right, even the owner didn't see this coming. But conversations were happening behind closed doors. Discussions between front office leaders, talks that would shift the entire trajectory of the Browns draft weekend. We had a conversation earlier that morning, and then a conversation later that day, Haslam revealed. I think we had the right people involved in the conversation. Translation? Something, or someone, made them reconsider. Despite fans and analysts alike wondering if Haslam himself pulled the strings, the Browns owner made one thing abundantly clear. This was not his call. At the end of the day, that's Andrew Berry's call, Haslam emphasized. Andrew made the call to pick Shedeur. Let that sink in. The decision to draft Shedeur Sanders wasn't some flashy ownership play or celebrity PR stunt. It was the product of football minds weighing talent, value, and opportunity. And let's be honest, it's hard to argue with the potential upside. Even though they had just picked Gabriel, a solid quarterback with leadership traits and quick release mechanics, Sanders brought something different to the table. Star power, poise, and a hunger to prove the doubters wrong. But here's the part that makes this pick so fascinating. Many believe Shedeur fell not because of his talent, but because of outside noise. Criticism about his dad's spotlight, questions about competition level at Colorado, and whispers about whether he was NFL ready. Still, Andrew Berry and the Browns saw something they liked. Maybe it was the arm strength. Maybe it was the poise in the pocket. Maybe it was his leadership and confidence. Or maybe they saw the chip on his shoulder and knew that's exactly what Cleveland needs. Of course, selecting two quarterbacks in the same draft was bound to raise eyebrows. Immediately, rumors swirled. Was Haslam trying to override Berry? Was this a publicity move? Was there dysfunction inside the building? But Haslam shut those rumors down. That wasn't my call, he said. It was Andrew's, and it was the right one. And if early training camp is any indication, it just might be. Reports out of camp say Shedeur has been electric. Quick reads, smooth delivery, composure beyond his years. While Gabriel is holding his own, it's Sanders who's turning heads, and fast becoming a fan favorite. Now here's the million-dollar question. What does this mean for Cleveland's quarterback room? Deshaun Watson is still the presumed starter, but with his injuries and inconsistency over the past couple of seasons, the leash might not be as long as it once was. Behind him, Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco bring veteran depth. But let's face it, they're not the future. Shedeur Sanders might be. He's not just another rookie. He's a player with a legacy to uphold, a narrative to rewrite, and a city hungry for a winner. And the Browns? They've been chasing stability under center for decades. So maybe this wasn't just a surprise pick. Maybe it was a strategic one. A long-term investment in a potential franchise quarterback who fell further than expected and now has everything to prove. As training camp rolls on, all eyes will be on how the QB reps shake out. Will Sanders climb the depth chart? Will Gabriel push him? Will Berry and Stefanski shape a new QB competition that could define the Browns' next 5 years? One thing's for sure, Jimmy Haslam didn't call this audible, but he's liking the results so far. Cleveland's quarterback room just got a whole lot more interesting, and so did their future. What do you think? Did the Browns make the right move drafting Shedeur Sanders? Is he the future of football in Cleveland, or will this pick come back to haunt them? Let us know in the comments. And if you're hyped for more NFL camp updates, QB battles, and insider analysis, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.